Hello, everyone. I'm so glad today to present to you at the first regional conference on cultural property protection in session number 6 about enhancing heritage protection through public awareness and outreach. I'm Nizar Al Adarbeh from the American Center of Research, ACOR. I'm the Chief of Party of USAID SCHEP, and today we'll learn more about our project. The Sustainable Cultural Heritage Through Engagement of Local Communities project is a project funded by USAID and implemented by the American Center of Research. Since its inception in late 2014, the project has worked with its partners throughout Jordan to promote a community-first approach to the sustainable preservation, management, and promotion of cultural heritage resources. We have worked in 9 project sites from north to south of Jordan, and we have been mainly working on open learning environments, institutional development and knowledge sharing, and cultural heritage resources, tourism development, and marketing. We all know that we have these basic questions in most of the projects that anyone is working on. So almost many people, they ask, what is a sustainable community engagement model? Who are the community? How to engage them? These are critical questions in our work. And each project and each donor, let's say, they have their own internal policies about these questions. However, as a whole, answering these questions is key to the implementation of any project. And today we are highlighting about the engagement of local communities from the perspective of public awareness engagement. As one of the core aspects of our mandate, and beyond the direct employment and involvement of local communities, in the site's preservation, SCHEP have developed multiple tools and approaches to enhance public engagement and awareness with Jordan's heritage. And today we learn about the practical aspects and activities that we have implemented during the lifetime of our project to ensure that we fulfill this objective. We all know that community as a key stakeholder, they have, let's say, many needs, and there are many factors affecting how they look into projects and the heritage value. You have the socioeconomic aspects, the site needs, and we have local situation, the interest and the awareness of the community, and the government interest as well. One of the flagship activities SCHEP has created is the awareness program under the title that we call Generations for Heritage. This program helps to actualize many of the values the project is working to develop, while also associating heritage sites with both fun and education, which is the key aspect of our engagement with the local communities and especially with kids and children. Of course, with all our activities that we have been running during the past 6 years, we have some great partners that contributed to our success. The work with the Department of Antiquities, the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Culture, Ministry of Tourism, Madrasati Initiative, and the Royal Marine Society for the Conservation of Nature, and most importantly, also the Friends of Archaeology and Heritage of Jordan. Thus, in part, SCHEP is aiming to make the general public and host communities aware of its goals, activities, and achievements, but with a focus on engaging them with hands-on activities. This has been achieved through active partnerships with the stakeholders that we mentioned in Jordan and even from abroad. Talking about the school students, we have implemented various kinds of activities for engaging the school students to ensure that the learning process is happening smoothly and without theoretical issues, rather than something more hands-on for the kids, as you can see in this image, for the kids working on drawing and learning more about the fresco, one of the Roman frescoes discovered in northern Jordan in a site called Beit Ras. So we are trying to transform the learning activity from not only site visits, but also interactive learning tools that the kids will learn about the old drawing techniques, the colors used, what are the drawings they can see in these tombs, and what do we mean by fresco, most importantly, and this is considered an extracurricular activity for the kids. This extracurricular work as well included visitation to some museums, mixing the natural heritage visits with cultural heritage as well, to ensure that they learn more about the heritage in general. And this entails also working with hands-on activities. In this image, you can see the participation of the kids on learning how to reassemble broken pottery. Then they know the work of the conservators and the specialists. So it means that they will have more appreciation of the objects they see in their site visits or when they see a museum. Also, the production of mosaics and the mosaic techniques that is famous in Jordan, especially in Madab area, how they can create their own mosaics, whether something they create themselves or something they see from a floor, a mosaic floor, or from a Byzantine church, for example, or any other site that they learn about. Also working on the clay activities and producing pots, for example, vessels with the clay, while at the same time gaining a better understanding of SCHEP aims in the community and the value of the sites in their own backyards. Inscriptions were also part of the key activities of SCHEP, and also the kids will learn about old languages through writing Thammudic inscriptions and learn more about Wadi Ramwad Heritage Site, for example, which is famous with these inscriptions, and also using the national experts in Jordan and how they transfer knowledge to these kids. And you can see the appreciation and the enjoyment, let's say, of the kids working with these languages and compared to the Arabic script and the English and the Thammudic inscription. Also, part of our key mandate here is that we work more with site visits as part of the support that we offered at the project. A vast number of those who participated in SCHEP programs had never visited, for example, Petra, explored heritage sites in their community, or been on a field trip of any kind, which is something sometimes shocking, but it's the truth. Also, the enjoyment of the kids, even if they're in their nearby neighborhood, for example, in this area on the lowest point on earth in Ghor Safi, where we had the children of the school visiting the sugar mill site. But most importantly, this time, maybe they visited this site before, but not with specialists and experts and with their teachers to discuss and talk directly on the ground about the importance of and valuing of this cultural heritage. As the entire SCHEP team can attest, there is no better way to gain an appreciation of heritage than to experience it firsthand, which is well known. Also, the visitation of museums were key to our work, because the students means that they will visit the museum, see the different kind of objects from different civilizations and periods, so they learn more and expand their knowledge about their heritage. So SCHEP proudly sponsored visits for adults, children, and handicapped youth across Jordan, giving them the opportunity to learn about and adventure in the sites and ultimately celebrate their own cultural heritage. Also, we were focusing all the time, following up and partnering with the schools and initiatives on celebrating, for example, the World International Day and other important heritage days with the students and to the scouts in this example, and to learn something additional about the importance of heritage, visiting the sites and learn from the experts and the government experts and about from the local communities as well, and the site stewards who worked with us at different programs. University students were key in our programs because they were supporting these activities, and they were sometimes working on internship basis or volunteering in our work with the students. And they did various awareness activities with us in many ways with the different projects that we worked from north to south of Jordan. And also it was key to our success because they were appreciating this, and it's part of their building their career path and the understanding of the heritage itself and testing their skills and the knowledge they learned about. And also part of our focus with the students, university students, is to conduct several what we call familiarization trips or FAM trips for unknown sites or sites that been never visited before. So this is something key about our work, because we are focusing our work on marginalized areas that have never been worked on before maybe, or that is not really the highlight and the focus of other projects. And also, this is another example of the familiarization trip for Jmal site in the Badia area of Eastern Jordan. And this is something key for the architects, for example, archaeologists and heritage experts to visit and learn about these sites, the challenges they face, and also using and utilizing their summer activities and the time of the kids while they are outside school to do a visit, for example, to the Art and Science Festival that we took part in before COVID-19, where we have even not only the kids enjoying the interactive activities, but also with their families. And also, for example, in this work, we have started what we call the first archaeology festival in Jordan, which was key to spreading awareness about heritage and its importance. And also in collaboration with the Friends of Archaeology and Heritage Association, SCHEP helped organize and implement the first archaeology festival, as I mentioned, that was in 2018, with the goal of fostering students' enthusiasm for learning about archaeology and to enhance their knowledge and passion for heritage and ancient history. Also in this image, you can see other participants, and it's good to mention that more than 160 students in one day came from different schools, took part in these activities with the Friends of Archaeology. And also, as I mentioned before, that not only the kids took part in these activities, but also their families and family members who were appreciating these kind of activities, and even they played with their children and learn more about the history. Even we didn't spare the effort to work also on cuisine, learning local dishes. For example, in this case in Aqaba, learning how to make local food dishes and learn about local recipes with their family members. And this was a very engaging activity for the tourists and visitors and even Jordanians themselves. So heritage is not only about archaeology and heritage, it can be anything intangible or tangible that the kids and the children can learn about their heritage. And also we worked on many campaigns with the Ministry of Education, using the time of the students anytime during the year. So sometimes the activities were seasonal, learning about different activities, learning about the history and stories of grandmas, for example, and acts that the students were very engaged in and they loved it, which is something that we appreciated. Again, we tried also to work on several campaigns highlighting some of the role models from the communities. And these, for example, in this campaign, we created something we called Communities for Heritage. And this is something key to the public awareness, because sometimes when the public awareness comes from the community itself, it will be more powerful sometimes from maybe an official talking about the importance of heritage. So again, exchanging knowledge from community to community members. And also we created another initiative, what we called Be an Archaeologist, and maybe only for one day at least. So on these images, we can see that the students and the visitors from different areas, they learned about the work of archaeologists. Sorry. For example, in the right image or the right photo that you can see, they do sifting, looking for objects, or the photo to the left, how to conserve a wall, but this is of course a fake wall, but in order to learn the techniques and why it's important to preserve these walls. Also, we worked in the project in conducting some competitions for the kids in the schools and to participate in these competitions and to learn more about. So participants in the competition submitted short videos in this competition, highlighting one aspect of their heritage, such as an archaeological site or object or a tradition or an art form. We had almost 200 participants demonstrated their enthusiasm of Jordan's rich and varied cultural heritage and the part they play in preserving it. The project selected almost 40 winners, and they received laptops, cameras, and tablets. But this was like a kind of encouragement of their talents and appreciation during a celebration that we organized at the Odeon Theater in Amman, which is also always key to celebrate and to promote the participation. And also during COVID-19 period and the lockdowns, we took this chance to also to work on other kinds of videos and sharing stories of the kids online about the sites they visited before and they appreciate. In terms of the sustainability aspect of the work and the project, in the past 3 years before the outbreak of COVID-19, we have to mention that more than 6,000 students took part and engaged with SCHEP activities. And here we don't talk about regular participation, but here we talk about active participation in activities, in field visits, in engaging activities, which were key to our success and the participation of children. Now we are trying to focus with the online participation because of the restrictions that we have, but hopefully we can commence with more activities in the future to continue the success. Also, as part of the sustainability aspect, we worked with the Ministry of Education to train and teach, in this image, for example, these photos, artist teachers, and to learn more about the mosaic techniques, so they transform and share this experience with their students, and to transform this knowledge as well, which is a key aspect to preserving Jordan heritage. Also, another good example of sustainability that we established, first of its kind, heritage lab in one of the local schools in an area called Busera and Tafila, and which is an area adjacent to one of the Iron Age sites, Busera, the capital of the Edomites. And this is a key aspect of how we can engage the children with the site and more hands-on activities with something that is more sustainable and connected to the educational process. Also, another example that we have partnered with the Jordan Friends of Archaeology Association is the support of the creation of the school clubs, that the association is working with the Ministry of Education to establish different archaeology clubs or heritage clubs in the schools, and the many schools they were engaged and involved in this process even until today. And we are continuing to promote and support this kind of activity to ensure that where all the kind of activities that we established, even especially the Archaeology Festival, that we keep promoting and encouraging the clubs to participate and continue the efforts. As I would like to conclude with something that maybe we have learned today from the many activities that we implemented working with the kids and the children and all the partners, that SCHEP did a particular emphasis on youth engagement and the participation of children. Many of the community issues the projects encounter in general, whether in Jordan or the region, such as, for example, the vandalism or misinformation about the sites. This, we believe that it stemmed from a lack sometimes of education or sense of ownership. So SCHEP believes that these values of stewardship and stewardship of heritage can be learned and embraced at any point in life, but that is certainly beneficial to start at an early age. Of course, to ensure raising generations of heritage stewards and advocates and advocates, regardless where they will serve their nations in the future. So it's important to work with all the age levels, let's say, but early age levels is key to the work. And we encourage to adapt different kinds of activities and not only to focus on one kind of activity. So whatever you can instill in the minds of the children is important to value the heritage. I encourage everyone to visit our website and the social media, the YouTube, to see the active videos that we have produced to learn more about the activities. And thank you everyone for listening. Thank you so much.